Hey, happy Wednesday. God, this week is so long for some reason. I feel like you just feel like the universe has decided to attack you. Like it's just said, you know what? Life has been going too smoothly and it's been too quiet for this person. Let's throw a bunch of random shit at them and see what they do. It's like they're poking at a bug on the sidewalk, like, do something. Do something. I don't know where to start. I don't know what to tell you. What I dealt with this morning is okay. So I'm looking around. I'm shopping for new insurance, right? Like health, dental, vision, whatever. I am looking at options. And the bad thing is too, it's like if you're looking for car insurance, as soon as you put anything on the internet, you get bombarded with texts and calls from all these agents and people that want to sell you insurance, which I expected that, like fine. I'll get a bunch of texts and phone calls from people. It's no big deal. I've actually found two companies that look very promising for different insurance because I'm as soon as I find out about my thyroid and assuming everything is fine, I'm getting new insurance because mine is god awful. Well, I got I've probably gotten 20 texts in the last not even 24 hours from different agents. Hey, this is so and so with such and such. I understand you're looking for insurance. Let me know what you're looking for. And I've just been doing like stop, unsubscribe, whatever you have to do to get them to stop, because they're like, most of them are just automatic texts, right? Well, I get one this morning from this guy. Hey, Mary, I understand you're looking for insurance. Tell me what you're looking for. And I just replied stop, because with most of them that works. So I just texted stop, and I'm sitting here working, and I just got back to work. And this response pops up. It goes, you're talking to a human, so that won't work. If you don't want my help, just say so. Like, okay, well, I don't want your help. That's why I replied stop. I would think the average person would know that. So I responded and I said, he said something like, I will do my best to remove your contact information and not respond to you anymore. So I responded and I said, well, if you're a human being, can't you just stop texting me? If you're a human being, why do you have to do your best to stop? Can't you just stop? And then he replies and goes, there's no need to be a smart ass. And he just goes on and on and on. I've gotten probably 10 texts from this guy. There's no need to be a smart ass. You could just say that you don't want any help, and that's all you have to do. And he just kept sending these messages like, all you had to do was say you're not interested. You don't have to. And I'm like, dude, calm down. And he got really ugly with me. And I told him to F off. Like, dude, shut up. F off. And then he said, I'm going to report you. Like, to who? I don't even know who the hell you are. I had to block this guy 3 times. He kept texting me on different numbers. Like, I don't want your help. That's why I said stop. I didn't really see a need to go into detail about it. I didn't say please stop. Maybe I was supposed to say please. And I didn't. I just responded stop because I just assumed it was like a bot, because that's usually what it is. And you reply stop, and you get an automatic response. We won't send you anything further. Blah blah blah. You've been unsubscribed or whatever. This guy called me an asshole. He called me a smart ass and an asshole. And then after I said F off, he said, we have policies that cover anger management because clearly you need it. Like, I don't. I want you to shut up. I want you to go away. Okay, so there's that. Yesterday afternoon, I had to call North State Communications for my internet, because after the guy came out here and replaced my modem router, whatever the hell it is, upstairs, my security system started having problems. One thing I wanted to mention about the alarm system, it's working, but the weird thing that is going on with it is I now keep getting these texts from like my app. I get these notifications from my app saying check your connectivity. It's still working, but it's saying I need to check my connectivity. That was the problem. I said, you need to come out and see what you did. And the guy goes, well, what did you do to it? I said, nothing. Because I called the same guy that came out here. He said, well, you must have done something. I didn't do anything to it. So whatever you did, you need to fix it. I said, I haven't done anything to it. It was working fine before you got here, and now it's not. He goes, well, I didn't do anything, so you're not going to blame me for something you did. So I decided not to call him back. And I called North State and told them about our conversation, and they said they were sorry. Actually, the lady I talked to was really nice. She said, I'm really sorry about that. And they're going to send somebody else out here to look at it and try to figure out what's going on with it. And yesterday, I took my glasses to Costco because these are my regular, they were hurting the bridge of my nose. Like, they feel comfortable for a little while, but then it starts to hurt. And I wanted to take my sunglasses back because I didn't want progressives in my sunglasses. Like, I can't, when I have them on, everything over here is blurry, and I don't think that's safe to wear while you're driving. And I'm really only ever going to wear them when I'm driving. So this cocky bitch at Costco who looked like Blossom, she's like, we can't do that. I said, what do you mean you can't do that? She said, we can't change your sunglasses. I said, why not? She said, that's just not something we do. I said, I know damn well it is. This was after dealing with North State yesterday, and then I had an issue with the grass people. I'll tell you about that in a minute. And I was just like over it, and I've gone around and around with my insurance company because there are some dental claims from as far back as November of 2020 that haven't been paid. And I'm not even going to get into what I've gone around. I spent probably 3 hours on the phone yesterday going around and around with my insurance company about these claims that they haven't paid. And it is a whole thing. Like, that's why I'm shopping. That's one of the reasons why I'm shopping for new insurance, because every time I try to use it, they just don't pay. They don't do anything. So she said, we can't do that. I said, yes, you can. We don't do that. All right, Blossom. She did. She looked fucking Blossom. I said, I don't want progressives in my sunglasses. I can't see. I cannot safely wear these to drive a car. All I can see is what's right here. Everything over here is blurry and I can't see it. She said, right. That's exactly right. That's how they're supposed to be. I said, do you see how that's not safe? Can you understand why I would say that it's not safe to drive a car if it's blurry? She said, oh, I hear you. I understand. I said, so what can we do about it? She said, nothing. I said, well, we're going to do something or I'm throwing these sunglasses in the trash. I will never wear them. They are useless to me. I spent $200 on a pair of sunglasses I will never use. She said, well, I hate to hear that. I have never had a Costco employee talk to me the way this bitch did yesterday. We can't do anything about it, sorry. I said, well, here's what I want you to do. I want new lenses in here. I'll pay for it, I don't care, whatever. I want lenses in here that are like just this part, but the whole thing. She said, you won't be able to see through those glasses if we do that. Everything will be blurry. Do you understand? I said, well, I hear you. I hear you saying everything will be blurry. She said, you won't even be able to see your dashboard. How safe is that? I said, okay. Well, maybe that's true. Maybe so. But that's what I want you to do. She said, you do understand that your glasses will be useless if we do this. I said, they're useless now. I only really need them when I'm driving. I don't really wear them other than that. Like my prescription sunglasses in the car, that's really the only time I wear them is when I'm driving. I have just regular sunglasses if I'm just outside. Like my vision is not that bad. I'm not blind without my glasses. I can see. But the prescription sunglasses help me read the signs and stuff. But I need to be able to see people over here and over here. I need to know what they're doing. You know, like if there's somebody in the other lane, I need to be able to see them. With these glasses, I cannot. So I'm like, you know, I can only see if I've got my head turned in that certain direction, which no. So anyway, she said, well, I mean, as long as you understand that if we do what you're asking us to do, your glasses will be useless. And I said, again, they're already useless. I will not wear these to drive because it is not safe. I can only see like right here. How the hell is that safe? How do you drive like that? So she agreed to do it. She said, okay, but you do understand we're only going to do this one time. We won't change them again. I said, I get it. I don't care. That's fine. Because if you don't, I will throw them in the trash right now. I don't care. Go for it. And the good thing was too, because I had the progressive part taken out, I got $50 back. She had to refund me $50 off my purchase of the sunglasses. So even if they come back and they are just as horrible, I guess they're going to come back with like solid black lenses in them and I just won't be able to see at all. Even if they are useless, at least I got $50 back. So there's that. She was a straight up bitch. And when I left, she didn't say thank you or anything like that. She just goes, good luck. I'm sorry. I know I have been like a complaining bitch lately. I know, I'm sorry. But it's like, and then the grass people, there's one guy who normally comes out and treats my grass, but it was a different guy. He came out last week, and I've purchased the insect treatment. I think I told y'all about this. Well, he came out and he did like part of my front yard and didn't go in the backyard at all. So I called the company and they said, well, you need to talk to the technician that came out. And I said, with all due respect, I don't know that it would do any good to talk to him, because he's going to sit there and I'm going to say, you didn't go in my backyard. And he's going to go, yes, I did. And I'm going to say, no, you didn't. He's going to say, yes, I did. You just didn't see me. Like, it's something like that. I'm like, I can run back the security camera and show you didn't go back there. But yeah, he'll just say, oh, yes, I did. I went back there. You must have just not seen me. So I said, with all due respect, if I call him, that's what he's going to say. It's going to be a waste of time. So she said, call the guy that normally comes out, because he's like this guy's supervisor. So I called him, and he said that the guy is supposed to call me back, and he said, let me know if he does not call you back, because he's supposed to come out here and redo it. He said, I'm gonna get him to come out and redo it for you. Like, he's not really redoing it, he's just doing it. Like, you didn't really do it the first time. So I would like to get what I paid for. Yeah. So, but the good news is with my insurance, I have found 2 different companies that look like real possibilities for better insurance than what I have now. So I'm glad I've been looking around some more, and I'm going to talk to one person later today, and the other one I'm going to talk to on down the line. I want to wait again until this thyroid stuff is resolved. I don't want to go trying to change insurance right in the middle of it. Like, if I'm diagnosed with some kind of cancer or something, it would not be a good time to try to change insurance. But because with a cancer diagnosis, it's harder to get insurance, and it's a lot more expensive. So maybe I should try to find it before I know, but I'm not going to have time to do that. So hopefully I'll know something in the next few days. But yeah, so I mean, at least there are some options there for some better insurance, and I'm very happy about that. Cheaper and better. So I'm very happy about that. So I'm waiting for the grass guy to call me back, and whenever my sunglasses are back at Costco, I'm really curious to try on these sunglasses. Like, I got to see this, because I have prescription sunglasses in the car. Oh, that was another thing I asked her. I said, can I just go back to my old prescription that didn't have the progressive? She said, no, you can't do that. You can't go back to an old prescription. You have to use the most recent one. So that sucks. But the prescription sunglasses I have in the car, they're not progressives or anything. It's just like this strength for the whole thing, and they're fine. I can see just fine out of them. I would just like to have a backup pair, because the pair I have in the car is like, I'd say almost 15 years old, maybe even older than that. I've had them for a long time. And one of these days they're going to break, or something's going to happen to them. They still work. I mean, they're still fine. My prescription has not changed that much. I'm trying to get used to the bifocals in these the progressives. Sorry, don't call them bifocals. People get mad. No, they don't have a line or anything. They're much more comfortable. She did adjust my glasses, so Blossom at least did make it to where these are more comfortable. She did something to the pads, so they're more comfortable now. So there's an older guy that works there, and I usually deal with him, and he's really nice. But this girl, she might have been in her early 20s. She was a bitch. Like, okay, if I have to go back, I will just wait and not deal with her, because I did not really appreciate her shitty attitude. I gotta let the cat in.
Back door.
Boop! Look at Boop. Boop. Hey. Hey. So, yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I feel like the universe is attacking me for some reason. I've pissed off the gods or something. I don't know. Like, everything I try to do just doesn't work. You know, like I say, I've been going around and around with the insurance company about both of my kids have claims at they have a different dentist than I do. They have claims going back a year and a half that they didn't deny the claims. They just say they have no record of these claims. They were submitted numerous times and they're like, we didn't get them. Oh, and I found out too, apparently at some point last year, they changed my dental insurance to a completely different plan and I didn't even know. They said, oh yeah, the cards you have, those are no good anymore. And I think that's what happened was the dentist office was submitting them to the old company and I didn't know. I got nothing. I received no notification that my dental insurance had changed. None. I had no idea. So I got the new information, but I said, well, can you email me my card because the dentist office is asking for a copy of the card to submit this stuff. And they said, no, we can't email it to you. We can only send it by mail. And I went back and forth. I called the dentist office and told them that, like, they can't email me a copy. They're going to have to mail a copy, and that's going to take 7 business days. And they said, well, just get the group number and the plan number and something else. So I called the insurance people again, and they said, yeah, we can't give that out over the phone. Sorry. You're just going to have to wait until you get your card in the mail. So I had to call the dentist office back and tell them, like, they won't give me that information over the phone. And they won't email the card to me. They can only mail it to me. So I said, please don't send it to collections yet. It's about $1,600. And they said, we're going to hold off until you get some information, but somebody's going to have to pay this stuff, like, soon. So I have a feeling I'm going to end up having to pay it just to keep it from escalating. It's every bit of it is what they were supposed to cover, every single bit. I've paid my portion already. I've already paid the part that I would have to pay. Cat in my lap. The $1,600 was what the insurance company was supposed to pay, every penny of it. I've paid my part. But yeah, I'm going to end up having to pay it. I know that. I know I am. So I'm waiting for North State. I'm waiting for the grass guy. And I'm really curious to see how my glasses turn out at Costco. This should be good. This should be interesting. I'm really looking forward to trying them on. And you know what? If they're useless, if everything is blurry, so be it. It doesn't matter. They won't be any less useless than they already were. I don't know how anybody drives with sunglasses like that. How do you drive like that? You'd have to be like an owl. You have to turn your head constantly to see anything. Fuck that. No, man. Sorry, I don't mean to be so cussy, but screw that. And then the HOA people, okay, so they've piled up a bunch of dirt on my fence. I'm looking at it. That's what made me think of it. The HOA lady emailed me yesterday and she goes, well, good news with your neighbors. I talked to them and they've agreed to move the piles of debris in their backyard. I said, what piles of debris? What are you talking about? She said, well, there were piles of debris back there. I said, their whole yard is made up of piles of debris. That like makes up their entire yard is piles of debris. I don't really know. That wasn't the issue. The issue was they've been going down to the creek and scooping up dirt and piling it up against the fence to the point that it is over a foot and a half up the fence on their side, on the other side of my fence over here. And my yard can no longer drain. And I end up with a lake in my backyard every time it rains. She goes, oh, I didn't understand. I'm like, yeah, you did. Hell yeah, you did, because we've discussed this numerous times and I sent you pictures and video of it. She so wants to stay out of it. But I have talked to an attorney about it and I'm going to pursue. I did tell her, I said, I've already spoken to an attorney about it and I will be pursuing something. I'm going to get that shit off my fence one way or the other. and it's community property, so I guess we'll be taking you guys to court since it's your property and you have made it clear that you're not going to do anything about it. She said, so what she's supposed to do, she's supposed to come out to my house. I don't know when. I'm gonna have to keep bugging her. She's not gonna come out here. She said she's gonna come out to my house and go in the backyard and look at it. I said, you really need to come see it for yourself. I said, pictures and video don't really do it justice. You need to come see what I'm talking about. I've never seen anything like it in my life. I don't even know why they're doing it other than to cause problems, because they're mad at me about the stuff I cut last fall. They're still pissed about that. So now they're punishing me by building basically a dam up against the fence. See what they did? They took old boards that they picked up on the side of the road and they stacked them up on their side of the fence, and they've mounded dirt up against the fence, going like halfway up. I'm looking at it right now, going halfway up the fence is dirt. And it serves no purpose. Like, there's no reason, they had no reason to do it other than to cause problems. And that property, if you look at the property lines, that's not even their property. The property they did that on was community. It's part of the community. It's not their property. And the trees they cut were not on their property either. So, man, I don't know. So anyway, she said she would come out here and look at it. I guess we'll see. The grass people called right in the middle, and now it's cut my video in half. Now I'm going to have to splice these two parts together. Shit! Okay, sorry. I got to go get my laptop to do that. Anyway, yeah, so the guy called, and he actually apologized. He said, I'm sorry, I must have missed it. It was a busy day. He's going to come back out later today and redo, spray everything with the insect stuff. I don't want to deal with those army worms again this year. They chewed up a big section of my backyard last year. Army worms. I'd never even heard of army worms before. But I had army worms last year, and they like gobbled up part of my grass. They actually told me, they said, you're lucky they didn't keep going. They just did this one area. It was like a half circle. And they said, yeah, you're lucky they didn't keep going and like wipe out your whole backyard, because sometimes they will do that. And if that happens and you don't have the insect protection as part of your package, you have to pay to get everything reseeded and redone, because it just has to be completely redone. So I had to have it redone, but it wasn't a big area, so it wasn't too bad. But yeah, anyway, he said he was going to come back out later today and do that. So my son will be very happy, because he was supposed to mow today and he will get a reprieve, because I know with this treatment you can't mow it for like, I think at least 24 hours. And then I think it's supposed to rain, so he's going to get a little break. You'll be happy to hear that. I had to stop by Aldi, so I figured I would mention something to you that was kind of weird. I've never had this happen before. And I meant to mention it earlier in the week, but I didn't think of it. You know, I mentioned before that my wrist was sore. I got up one morning and my wrist hurt like it was sprained. I mean, it just like, well, I didn't notice it first thing. I noticed it while I was working. I was downstairs working, and I just happened to notice that if I pushed on my wrist at all, it really hurt. And like to do like that hurt. So it was really weird, and it was messed up for a couple of days. I think this was on Friday. I think it was Friday that I first noticed it. And then, okay, so I was a little concerned about it. On Saturday, I went to an exercise class, and I thought, gosh, if we have to do anything where I got my hands down on the mat, like, I don't know, mountain climbers or burpees or whatever, like, that's going to hurt like hell. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it with it messed up like that. And I still don't know what caused it. I said, that's going to hurt like hell if I have my, if I have to put any pressure on that wrist, it's going to hurt. Well, it ended up with a class that we did on Saturday. It was mostly running. We did lots of running. Oh, so much running. We did all the running. So we ended up not doing anything that involved, getting your hands down like that. So fortunately, it wasn't a problem. But then Sunday morning, I went to 2 classes on Sunday. The one I went to Sunday morning was kind of like a modified Pilates class. There was some Pilates in there. We did some balance work, Pilates type stuff. And at one point during the class, we were doing this thing where you would do like a plank and then you transfer to the downward dog thing, and then do like a little back kick with your leg, and then you go back down to a plank, downward dog, kick the other leg back, that kind of thing. And I thought, oh, this is going to hurt. Well, I went ahead and did it. I thought, just, it's uncomfortable, but I'm going to try it. Just do it. So I did it, and it was weird because I noticed after maybe 10 seconds of having my hand down like that, it really hurt at first. But then within 10-15 seconds, I noticed the pain decreased significantly. And I thought, oh, that's weird. I have either helped fix whatever was wrong, or I have just made it much worse. And when I get up off of this mat, my hand is just going to fall off. It's one of the two. I've either fixed it or I've made it a lot worse, and my hand will now fall off. But so we had to do this little combination exercise for 90 seconds. And then I got up and I went, I always have a pop in my wrist. It's been like that forever. I'm like, damn. My wrist, it was still a little bit sore, but for the most part, all that pain was gone. It was like, it was a little sore. There was a mild soreness. It's totally fine now. It's been fine. I'd say by Monday morning, it was totally fine. It's so crazy. Have you ever had anything like that happen? I still don't know what I did to it. I don't know if something in there was just out of place and doing that exercise fixed it. I don't know. I didn't feel a pop or a snap, or I didn't feel anything happen. But doing that exercise for a minute and a half, because you do a plank for a few seconds, then you go to a downward dog for a few seconds, then you take one of your legs, keep it straight and kick it up, bring it down, go back to a plank for a few seconds, downward dog, then kick the other leg up for a minute and a half. You just do that at your whatever pace you want to do it at. Just doing that for a minute and a half, whatever the hell was wrong, it fixed it. It's so crazy. So I was just curious to know if you've ever had anything like that happen. I've never had anything like that happen. So I just left Aldi. I got a couple of emails from them yesterday saying, oh, we're going to have, lots of stuff marked down. We're going to be, dropping prices on our stuff, like the Isle of Shame kind of stuff. They had some stuff marked down, but it wasn't anything I wanted. So I got what I get. I'm looking at the road. I got a red ball. It's like a little kickball. I got a red ball. Got that. And I got some French bread pizzas for my son. I'm not crazy about them, but I got some for him. And he likes them. My older son likes them. They're okay, but every time I eat one, I end up burning the roof of my mouth. It doesn't matter how hard I try. I always burn my mouth or my lips or something. Every time. So I have like this negative association with them. So he can have them. But anyway, I bought him some of those. That's all I got. Okay, back to whatever I was talking about. Anyway, thank you so much for being here. I swear, I don't just complain all the time. Well, it kind of sounds like I do. I can't get over that guy with the insurance company texting me and being such an asshole. Like, I'm sorry, I'm not interested in your services. You don't have to talk to me quite that way. I had to block his number 3 times. He kept texting me on different numbers. It was the same guy, but he was texting me on different numbers. I'm like, dude, I'm not interested. Just shut up. Stop talking. So stupid. Anyway, I'm going to get back to work, and at least tomorrow, I think I get my hair done tomorrow. And I tell you what, though, I took my car to get my oil changed yesterday. I was in and out of there in no time. They did a great job. That went perfectly. But getting my oil changed yesterday went perfectly. I have no complaints about that. That was very easy. So, and my neck is still sore from the ultrasound because she was really mashing on it. So I guess that'll get better. It's not as sore as it was yesterday. It was really sore yesterday. Like, ow. Because right in here, she had to press really hard for some reason, and it was really uncomfortable. So I'm going to get back to work. I hope you have a great day, and it'll get better. It'll be fine. The universe is just attacking me at the moment. I'm going to get it all worked out. I'm going to get it straightened out. I'm going to get through this. I'm going to get some new insurance, and it's going to be much better and much cheaper. So thank you for being here again. I hope you have a great day, and I will see you again soon.